My friend, let's start with something powerful. Think about the things that hurt you in the past, the people who disappointed you, the mistakes you made, the failures that broke your confidence. Now ask yourself, why are you still carrying them? Most people spend their whole lives holding on to what they should have released long ago. They replay the same painful memories over and over again until the pain becomes part of their identity. But life doesn't move forward that way. You cannot walk into a new chapter while still rereading the old one. Letting go is not weakness. Letting go is strength. It's the ability to accept that not everything will go your way and not everyone will stay in your story. It's the courage to free yourself from what you can't change and focus on what you can. In this lesson, we will go deep into the art of letting go, of people, of pain, of expectations, of control, and of the past. Because when you learn to let go, you open the door to peace, power, and growth. So, stay with me until the end. This one truth, just let it go, might completely change the way you live your life. 1. Let go of what you can't control. One of the biggest reasons people suffer in silence is because they spend their energy trying to control things that were never in their hands. They try to control how others see them, how situations unfold, or how quickly life gives them results. They believe that if they plan everything perfectly, life will obey their design. But my friend, life doesn't work that way. The world moves according to its own rhythm, sometimes calm, sometimes chaotic. And the more you try to control every beat of it, the more frustrated you become. Think about it. You want people to treat you kindly, but they don't always do that. You want your plans to go smoothly, but they often fall apart. You want to avoid pain, but pain still finds its way to you. No matter how smart, strong, or determined you are, you cannot control what people do, think, or feel. You cannot control the weather, the timing of success, or the decisions of others. The only thing you can truly control is your response, your attitude. And that, my friend, is where your real power lies. Many people live angry or disappointed because they are fighting against reality. They keep wishing life was easier, people were nicer, and situations were fairer. But peace doesn't come from demanding life to change. It comes from accepting life as it is. Acceptance doesn't mean you give up. It means you stop wasting energy on things beyond your reach. It means you choose to focus your strength where it matters, on your actions, your thoughts, and your reactions. When something goes wrong, don't ask, "Why me?" That question traps you in self-pity. Instead, ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That question transforms pain into wisdom. Every failure hides a lesson. Every rejection is redirection. Every disappointment is a doorway to something better. If you stop resisting and start learning. You see, resistance keeps you stuck in the same place, replaying the same pain. The more you fight reality, the more it fights you back. But when you surrender and say, "I release what I cannot control," something magical happens. Peace begins to enter your heart. You start breathing again. You start feeling light again. You can't control people's opinions. So stop trying to please everyone. You can't control the past. So stop punishing yourself for it. You can't control the outcome. So focus on your effort and let life handle the rest. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start living wisely. It means you trust that life knows what it's doing, even when you don't understand it. So, Take a deep breath, release what's not yours to carry, and let go. The moment you do, you'll feel lighter, freer, and stronger than ever before. 2. Let go of the past. The past is a teacher, not a home. Yet many of us keep living there, replaying old mistakes, reliving painful memories, and holding on to regrets that weigh us down. We visit the same moments again and again. The argument we wish ended differently, the chance we didn't take, the person who hurt us, the failure we can't forget. It's as if we're trapped in an endless loop, where yesterday has more power over us than today. But the truth is simple. You cannot start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Every time you think about what went wrong, you're giving your energy to something that no longer exists. The past has already done its job. It taught you, it shaped you, it built your strength. But it's not meant to control you forever. The problem is, many people confuse remembering with living. They believe that if they hold on tightly enough, maybe they can change what happened. But they can't. The past cannot be changed, no matter how much we wish it could. What can be changed, however, is how we see it, and how we allow it to influence our present. Forgive yourself for what you didn't know then. You did the best you could with the understanding and awareness you had at that moment. Don't let one wrong choice define your entire life. Every person you admire, every strong, successful, or wise person, has failed before. They've faced heartbreak, loss, and rejection. What made them different wasn't perfection. It was their ability to move forward when it was easier to stay stuck in the past. If you spend too much time looking back, you'll miss what's right in front of you. The past can either be your prison or your teacher. The choice is yours. Let the memories that hurt become lessons that guide you. Let the things that broke you become reasons for your strength. Use your past to grow, not to grieve. Use it to understand yourself better, not to blame others or punish yourself. When your mind tries to pull you back into those old moments, the what-ifs and if-onlys, pause for a second and remind yourself, that's over. I choose peace. Say it until it becomes natural. Peace doesn't come from forgetting. It comes from forgiving. Letting go of the past doesn't mean you erase your history. It means you no longer allow it to control your emotions. Your past is just one chapter, not the whole book. You have many pages left to write, and those new pages will be filled with lessons, wisdom, and strength if you have the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. So close that painful chapter with gratitude. It made you wiser. It made you stronger. It made you ready for what's next. And remember, the moment you stop living in the past, your future begins to grow. 3. Let go of people who no longer add value. Not everyone who starts with you is meant to stay until the end. Life is a journey with many paths, and some people are only meant to walk a few steps with you before their part in your story is done. But the problem is, many of us try to hold on to people who were never meant to stay. We keep chasing relationships that have already expired, trying to fix what was never meant to last. We keep hoping that someone will change, that they will finally see our worth, that they will come back and value us again. But the truth is, not everyone deserves to stay in your life. Some people come only to teach you lessons, to help you grow, and then to leave so you can rise on your own. Letting go of people is one of the hardest things you'll ever do, because your heart often refuses what your mind already knows. You remember the good moments, the laughter, the promises, the plans you made together. You want to believe that maybe things could go back to how they were. But my friend, clinging to what's gone only keeps you stuck in pain. You can't move forward if you're still holding hands with the past. When someone no longer adds value to your life, when they drain your peace, make you doubt your worth, or only reach out when they need something, it's time to let them go. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone deserves access to your heart or your energy. You can't rise while carrying people who pull you down. Some people are lessons in disguise. They teach you how to love without losing yourself, how to forgive without forgetting your boundaries, and how to walk away with dignity. You don't need to hate them. You don't need to get revenge. Just release them with peace and gratitude for the lesson they brought into your life. Remember, it's not your job to convince anyone of your value. The right people will never make you beg for attention or respect. They will see your worth, they will support your growth, and they will match your effort. But those who constantly disrespect you, ignore you, or take you for granted are showing you that their chapter in your life is over. The sooner you accept that, the freer you become. Real growth begins when you stop chasing people and start choosing yourself. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It's self-respect. You cannot heal in the same environment that broke you. You cannot grow while surrounded by people who keep reminding you of your limits. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you finally care about yourself enough to move on. So love them from a distance. Forgive them, but don't let them keep hurting you. Walk away quietly, without anger, without drama, and without guilt. Because the truth is, when you let go of people who no longer add value to your life, you make room for those who truly do. 4. Let go of expectations. Expectations can silently destroy your happiness. They look harmless, but they often become invisible chains that keep you tied to disappointment. You expect people to understand you, to treat you the way you treat them, to appreciate your efforts, or to recognize your good intentions. You expect life to unfold exactly as you planned, and when it doesn't, you feel frustrated, hurt, or even betrayed. But here's the truth that can save you years of emotional pain. No one owes you anything. The world doesn't move according to your personal script. People are living their own stories, guided by their own experiences, emotions, and struggles. The moment you stop expecting and start accepting, peace begins to grow inside you. When you expect too much, you create invisible rules in your mind, rules that no one else knows but you. You expect your friend to check on you when you're sad. You expect your partner to read your mind and understand your silence. You expect success to arrive quickly just because you're working hard. But when those things don't happen, you feel like life has been unfair. You take it personally, thinking something must be wrong with you or with them. Yet most of the time, it's not about right or wrong. It's about expecting too much from people who never promise to meet those expectations. Letting go of expectations doesn't mean lowering your standards or giving up on your dreams. It means freeing yourself from the pain of attachment to specific outcomes. When you live with fewer expectations, you begin to see life as it is: raw, unpredictable, and beautifully imperfect. You start enjoying small things without needing them to be perfect. You appreciate people for who they are, not for who you wish they were. You stop measuring your happiness by how well the world obeys your desires. Stop expecting others to understand your pain. They can't feel what you feel. Everyone carries their own invisible battles. Stop expecting people to act the way you do. Your heart is different from theirs. Stop expecting quick results. Real growth takes time, and the most valuable things in life rarely come instantly. Expectations make you a prisoner of control, while acceptance sets you free. When you let go of how it should be, you start to enjoy how it is. You stop fighting reality and start flowing with it. That's when real peace begins to enter your life. When you wake up every day without expecting too much, you start to see life as a gift rather than a transaction. You learn to say, "I am grateful for what is, not angry for what isn't." That mindset brings freedom. Because happiness doesn't come from having everything go your way. It comes from having the strength to smile even when it doesn't. So, release the heavy weight of expectations. Let people be who they are. Let life unfold the way it's meant to. And trust that what's meant for you will always find its way, even if it doesn't happen exactly how you imagined. 5. Let go of the need for approval. One of the biggest prisons people live in today is the prison of other people's opinions. Many don't even realize they are trapped. They wake up every day thinking about what others will think, what others will say, and whether others will approve. This invisible chain keeps them from living freely, from speaking their truth, and from walking their own path. They smile when they want to cry. They agree when they want to say no. All because they fear disapproval. But here's a powerful truth. You can't please everyone, and the moment you try, you lose yourself. No matter how good you are, someone will always criticize you. You could be the kindest, most genuine person in the world, and still, there will be people who twist your words, doubt your intentions, or find reasons to dislike you. And that's okay. That's life. Trying to win everyone's approval is like chasing the wind. The more you run, the more it slips away. People's opinions change like the weather. Today they may praise you, tomorrow they may ignore you. If your peace depends on their validation, you will always be unstable. Approval is a moving target, and it's impossible to hit. You do one thing, and they call you arrogant. You do the opposite, and they call you weak. You stay quiet, and they say you're boring. You speak up, and they say you're too loud. The truth is, no matter what you do, someone will always have something to say. So why waste your energy trying to control something that can never be controlled? You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you choose to live your life. You don't have to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You don't have to apologize for being who you are. Real freedom begins when you stop explaining yourself to people who have already decided not to understand you. You don't need their validation to confirm your worth. You don't need likes, comments, or applause to feel valuable. You are enough, even when no one claps for you. When you let go of the need for approval, something beautiful happens. You begin to live authentically. You say what you mean. You do what feels right. You stop pretending. You stop wearing masks just to fit in. The most powerful people in the world are not those who are loved by everyone. They are the ones who are free from the fear of disapproval. They stand tall even when others doubt them. They follow their vision even when no one believes. They don't need a crowd to validate their mission because they know who they are and what they stand for. So stop waiting for permission. Stop asking the world to agree with your dreams. You don't need approval to begin, to grow, or to succeed. What you need is self-belief, the quiet confidence that tells you, I am enough. Because when you believe in yourself, other people's opinions lose their power. And remember this: your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see it. The moment you stop seeking approval, you start living in peace. You stop being a people pleaser and become your true self, unshakable, confident, and free. 6. Let go of anger and resentment. Holding on to anger is like holding a hot coal in your hand. The person you intend to hurt is not the one who feels the burn. You do. Anger may feel like strength, like it gives you control, but in reality, it controls you. It seeps into your thoughts, poisons your peace, and clouds your judgment. It robs you of joy and weighs your heart down with unnecessary pain. Every time you replay the hurt someone caused, every time you relive betrayal or disappointment, you are giving them power over your life. You are carrying them inside you, even when they are no longer present. People will hurt you. That is a fact of life. They will lie, betray, disappoint, or take advantage. And yes, your feelings are valid. You have every right to feel angry. But carrying that anger is a choice that keeps you trapped in the past instead of allowing you to move forward. Holding resentment is like living in a prison of your own making. You are not punishing them. You are punishing yourself. Forgiveness, therefore, is not about them. It's about you. It's about reclaiming the peace and freedom that anger has stolen from your heart. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean forgetting what happened or accepting that it was right. It doesn't mean you condone the hurt or allow the same behavior again. Letting go means freeing yourself from the emotional chains they created inside you. It's a declaration that says, you no longer have power over my emotions. You do not live in me anymore. It is choosing your peace over your pain, your future over your past, and your freedom over bitterness. Anger may feel strong, but peace is stronger. Peace gives clarity, strength, and resilience. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the ultimate power. When you forgive, you are no longer a prisoner of someone else's actions. You take back your energy, your calm, and your ability to live fully. One person's betrayal does not need to turn you into someone you are not. Do not let hate live rent-free in your heart. Hate, anger, and resentment take up space meant for growth, love, and happiness. Letting go is a gift, not to the person who wronged you, but to yourself. It is a choice to live lighter, to breathe deeper, and to move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. You do not need their apology, their recognition, or their change. You only need your willingness to release what binds you. Let go, not because they deserve peace, but because you do. You deserve the freedom to live fully, to love fully, and to walk through life without the chains of past anger holding you back. The moment you release resentment, you feel the invisible chains fall away. You reclaim your power, your clarity, and your joy. You are finally free. 7. Let go of overthinking. Overthinking is one of the quietest yet most destructive habits of the human mind. It creeps in slowly, disguised as careful consideration or preparation, but over time it becomes a thief of peace. It makes you doubt every decision, question every motive, and replay every word you've said, trying to predict outcomes that may never happen. Your mind turns into a battlefield of what ifs. What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if I made the wrong choice? These endless questions keep you trapped in a cycle of fear, uncertainty, and hesitation. The problem with overthinking is that no amount of analysis will change the past, and no amount of worry will control the future. Overthinking is your mind's attempt to control the uncontrollable, but it only drains your energy and steals your present. When you overanalyze every detail, you create imaginary problems that may never exist. You keep yourself small, stuck in indecision, afraid to act, afraid to trust your instincts. And all the while, life moves forward without you. The truth is, you don't need to have every answer right now. You don't need to figure out the whole path before taking a single step. Often, clarity comes through action, not thought. You learn more by doing than by endlessly planning, by trying than by hesitating. When you move forward, even imperfectly, life responds. Opportunities present themselves. Challenges reveal solutions. People who are meant to be in your life align naturally. Waiting for certainty keeps you stagnant. Taking action sets the wheels of life in motion. So breathe. Give yourself permission to stop analyzing every little thing. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. Let go of the need to control outcomes and stop assuming responsibility for everything that could go wrong. Overthinking is exhausting because it makes you live in a world of possibilities rather than realities. Your mind becomes a storm, and your heart carries the weight. Peace is found when you choose to step out of the storm and move forward with trust. Remember, your peace is more important than your perfection. Life does not demand that you have everything figured out. It only asks that you keep moving. When you let go of the need to control every situation and stop overanalyzing each decision, you free yourself to experience life fully. You start living in the present, enjoying the moments as they come, and trusting that life has a way of working itself out. Letting go of overthinking is not about being careless or ignoring responsibility. It's about choosing peace over anxiety, action over hesitation, and faith over doubt. The moment you release the constant cycle of what-ifs, life becomes lighter, clearer, and infinitely more joyful. Start small, take one step, and trust the journey. The answers will come as you move forward, and your mind will finally find rest. 8. Let go of the fear of change. Change is one of the most challenging experiences we face in life, and yet it is also one of the most necessary. Life itself is a river in constant motion. People, seasons, circumstances, and even our own dreams evolve over time. Nothing remains the same forever, and resisting that natural flow only brings frustration, anxiety, and stagnation. Many people cling to the familiar, even when it no longer serves them, because stepping into the unknown feels uncomfortable. They stay in jobs that drain their energy, relationships that stifle their growth, or routines that no longer fulfill them. All because the fear of change is stronger than the desire for a better life. But here's the truth. The change you fear may be the very thing that leads you to the life you want. What feels like an ending could actually be a new beginning in disguise. The door that closes might be opening another that was meant to bring opportunities, growth, and fulfillment you never imagined. The challenge is that we often judge change through the lens of fear instead of possibility. We see risk, loss, and uncertainty, forgetting that every transformation in life carries the potential for something better. When you let go of fear, you start to see what you once perceived as danger as an invitation. Every ending creates space for a beginning. Every loss becomes fertile ground for growth. Just as the butterfly must leave the cocoon to experience flight, and the seed must break open to grow into a tree, you too must release the old parts of your life to become who you are meant to be. Growth always demands a level of discomfort. It requires surrender, courage, and trust that life is leading you exactly where you need to go. Embracing change doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties or pretending the transition is easy. It means acknowledging the fear while moving forward anyway. It means seeing life's shifts as teachers rather than threats. Every change brings lessons. Lessons about resilience, adaptability, and your true strength. The more you practice letting go of fear, the easier it becomes to move forward with confidence, to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to step into the unknown without hesitation. Remember, transformation is not possible without release. Holding on to the familiar may feel safe, but it prevents you from becoming the fullest version of yourself. Let go of old habits, relationships, expectations, and environments that no longer serve your growth. Trust that what lies ahead is bigger than what you leave behind. The moment you stop resisting change, you open yourself to life's infinite possibilities. You stop clinging to what was and start embracing what can be. So take a deep breath and step forward. Change is not your enemy. It is your guide. It pushes you to grow, challenges you to evolve, and leads you toward the life you are capable of living. The moment you release the fear, you begin transforming. And that transformation is where your true freedom and fulfillment lie. 9. Let go of guilt and shame. Guilt and shame are two of the heaviest emotions a person can carry. They weigh down your heart, cloud your mind, and keep you trapped in a past that you cannot change. They whisper cruel lies. You're not good enough. You don't deserve happiness. You've failed too many times. These feelings make you believe that your mistakes define you, that your past errors will forever limit your future. But my friend, that is not the truth. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has moments they wish they could take back. No one is perfect, and no one has lived a life without regret. Carrying guilt and shame doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't erase what happened or make you stronger. It only keeps you small, stuck, and fearful of moving forward. The real proof of growth is not in how much you punish yourself for the past, but in how you choose to live now. Your actions today, your mindset today, and your decisions today are what truly define who you are. You cannot rewrite history, but you can write a new chapter starting now. If you have hurt someone, take responsibility. Apologize sincerely and make amends. But once you've done that, release it. Don't carry their reaction as a burden on your shoulders forever. If you have failed or made a poor decision, forgive yourself. Learn the lesson, but don't allow it to chain you down. Self-forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is a declaration that you are ready to grow, to heal, and to move forward. It's a choice to honor your worth despite your imperfections. You are not your past. You are the person you choose to become today. Every guilt-ridden thought and every pang of shame you feel is a sign that you have already acknowledged your mistakes. That is enough. You have already paid the price simply by feeling remorse. Holding on to these feelings any longer only prevents you from living fully. It keeps you trapped in a story that no longer serves you. The moment you let go, you open space for compassion, growth, and self-love to take root in your life. Let go of the voice in your mind that tells you you are unworthy. Let go of the endless replaying of errors and stop punishing yourself for what cannot be undone. You have the power to choose how you respond to your past. You can let it define you, or you can let it teach you, strengthen you, and inspire you to live better. Self-forgiveness is not an act of giving in. It is an act of courage. It is the foundation of self-love and the first step toward inner peace. So, breathe deeply and release the weight of guilt and shame. Step forward with compassion for yourself and the understanding that mistakes are part of being human. The past cannot hold you hostage unless you allow it. Choose today to let go, to forgive, and to rebuild yourself with kindness. The freedom and peace you seek are waiting on the other side of letting go. 10. Let go to grow. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is the key to growth. Every time you release something that no longer serves you, you make room for something better to enter your life. When you let go of control, you invite peace. When you release anger, happiness can flourish. When you release fear, freedom arrives. Life works in cycles, and holding too tightly to what is ending only prevents you from receiving what is beginning. Growth requires space, and space is created through letting go. Think of life like holding sand in your hands. The tighter you grip, the more it slips away. When you clutch every worry, every resentment, every expectation, it cannot stay. But when you open your hands and release what you are holding, the sand remains. Similarly, the more you let go of what no longer belongs to you, toxic relationships, old regrets, unnecessary burdens, the more you allow the things that are meant for you to stay. Letting go is not losing. It is aligning with the flow of life, trusting that the universe has its own timing and purpose. Letting go also means accepting imperfection. You don't have to fix every broken situation or control every outcome. You don't have to carry every burden on your shoulders, nor fight every battle that isn't yours to fight. There is strength in surrender, in understanding that some things are beyond your control, and that resisting them only prolongs struggle. Trusting this process doesn't make you passive. It makes you wise. It allows you to conserve energy for what truly matters and opens your heart to opportunities that you might otherwise miss. Gratitude is an essential part of letting go. When you release what has passed, you give yourself the chance to appreciate what remains. Instead of clinging to loss, focus on the lessons learned and the blessings still present. Let go of what no longer serves you, and let your mind, heart, and spirit become fertile ground for new experiences. Life rewards those who trust the process, who embrace change, and who are willing to release the old to make space for the new. So, breathe deeply. Feel the tension leave your body. Say to yourself, I release what no longer belongs to me. I make space for growth and peace. Life is too short to hold on to what weighs you down. The beauty of letting go is that it is never truly an ending. It is the beginning of something greater. By letting go, you open yourself to joy, freedom, and abundance. Just breathe, just trust, just let it go. In that surrender, you will find your strength, your clarity, and your path forward. Growth begins the moment you allow yourself to release, to forgive, and to move with life rather than against it. Final words. Freedom through letting go. My friend, life is far too short to carry unnecessary weight. So many of us live with invisible burdens, regrets from the past, anger toward others, fear of what might happen, and the constant pressure to control everything. These burdens steal our peace, cloud our judgment, and make our journey heavier than it needs to be. But the truth is that the peace you are searching for is not in holding more. It is in holding less. It comes from letting go of what no longer serves you, what no longer aligns with your growth, and what keeps you stuck in pain. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or surrendering to life's challenges. It means rising above them. It means recognizing that you have learned what you needed from a situation, a person, or an experience. And now it is time to move forward. It is a choice to no longer allow the past, fear, or resentment to control your present or dictate your future. It is a declaration that your happiness, peace, and freedom matter more than clinging to what cannot stay. Here at English Achieve, we believe that true growth begins the moment you release what weighs you down. Let go of the past. Let go of control. Let go of anger, guilt, and fear. Let go of the people, expectations, and situations that drain your energy. And as you do this, notice the lightness that comes with it. The freedom to live fully, the clarity to make better choices, and the calm heart that finally feels at home in its own life. Because when you finally learn to let go, you don't lose. You gain yourself back. You reclaim your time, your energy, and your peace. You discover the joy of living without invisible chains, the power of choosing yourself, and the serenity that comes when your heart is free. Let go, my friend, and step into the life you are always meant to live.